Oh, hey there. Here I am, just hanging out with my printer. You know, a lot of clients and sometimes potential clients will tell me, you seem too nice. You seem like you can't be a shark. And I want to talk about that. My name is Veronica. I am a criminal defense attorney here in Los Angeles, and I help people who have been arrested but their criminal cases behind them so that they can enjoy their lives and their freedom. And, I just want to talk about your criminal defense attorney's demeanor and how important that can be. Okay, so I think if you spend any amount of time in a courthouse, you're going to see what the majority of criminal defense attorneys are like. I need a dummy, or maybe I grab one of my cats or something here, but because you're going to see that they're like, hey man, they're patting, whatever, their former colleague at the DA's office on the back. What's up? Like, oh, I'm here on this case. Like, that's what you're going to kind of hear. And it's going to be from most of them. There are some that are going to be more like, hey, you better dismiss this because of XYZ, and we've got you here. And the DA is kind of like, take it to trial then. We don't care. And then you have some who are, and it's not just me, there are multiple attorneys who, including my former partner, Sergio, who are more like me, who, and Sergio was my former boss. First he was my boss, then he was my law partner. He has been doing this for, 20 years. But I learned a lot from him. And one of the things I learned is at first, when you're a baby attorney, you just want to be really, really aggressive. And I was aggressive. We had some civil cases, and an attorney would ask me for an extension, which now I know as a matter of professional courtesy you would give in that situation. I said, should I tell him no because his client engaged in fraud? That's how you come out of law school. But then what you have to figure out after that is you don't want to be too weak, but you also don't want to be too aggressive. And what I think you extra don't want to do is be way too buddy-buddy and you're in that courtroom all the time. Because let's address the buddy-buddy first. The buddy-buddy is someone who primarily goes to like just that courthouse. I see that a lot with like the San Fernando, Van Nuys, like whatever. They're only going to that courthouse, right? They're just going to their local courthouse. They only market there. They're only there. They probably worked there as a DA. And now they're a defense attorney taking your money to represent you in court. What I've seen firsthand, and what I think common sense, if you really think it through, might lead you to believe, is that if you're in the same courthouse with the same DAs all the time, and I know that this is used as a marketing strategy, like, hey, I know all of the DAs, I was a former DA. The thing is that, do you think that all those DAs in that courthouse are just giving that attorney all of the deals? They're like, oh, hey, it's you? Okay, we'll dismiss the charges. Oh, hey, it's you? You know what? We're going to reduce that felony to a misdemeanor. Oh, hey, it's you. Yeah, you know what? No objection to your motion. Of course not. What actually happens is it's a symbiotic relationship. It goes back and forth. They're each giving. And maybe sometimes that can help you as that person's client, but other times you're the one that they are giving. So to me, I don't trust that. If it's me, if it were me, I'm the defendant, I want my case to stand on its own. I don't want to be traded for somebody else's case, or because some lawyer is like, oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, I haven't given the DA anything in a while. You know what? I won't try to get this one just dismissed. I'll go ahead and just, how about a misdemeanor plea? That sounds good. All right, buddy. Thank you. That's not good. And the attorneys who go too hard, like, don't make no mistake. There are times to go hard. And especially if you see me go to trial, you see me on motions, you see me, if the DA is being a dick to my client, yeah, we're going hard. But in general, I think that the best thing to do is be pragmatic, read the room, be polite to everyone, right? Be polite, be professional, be respectable. I'm not trading any of my clients. I'm also not in the same freaking courthouse every single day. I primarily practice at CCB in downtown LA, 210 West Temple Street. Sure, That's my favorite one. It's the one that, it's actually not the closest to my house. There are two that are, I think, closer, but it's the one that has the most action, that I like the most. It's the biggest one, so it makes the most sense. I think it has 19 floors. It makes the most sense that I primarily would practice there, not these little local courthouses, which, yes, I'll take cases at, but it's just, you don't want to end up in this situation where the DA says to you, well, I gave you this deal on this case, and so I'm not going to give you a deal on this other case. I want them to look at each case individually. And another thing is, it might be different. Maybe there's some cases where it's different, but I practice a lot of domestic violence cases and a lot of sex crimes. I also help people who have, it's their second, third strike, serious cases like that. But I think that it's really important for domestic violence cases and for sex crimes to have the ability, even if you're not like this all the time, to be soft. I mean, we're cross-examining people in those cases, if it makes it to preliminary hearing or trial, that if you go too hard too soon, you look like a jerk. I like to try to seem reasonable and not necessarily totally soft at first, but just reasonable, just normal. And then if I catch the person in a lie, which is of course the goal, and we're kind of setting them up there usually in cross-examination, then okay, let's nail them and let's really go for it. But only when it seems obviously deserved. Because otherwise, if the defense seems like a jerk, the defendant seems like a jerk. So we don't want to seem like jerks here. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful. If you do have a case in Southern California you need help with, you want a consultation with, you can find my number and the link to book a consultation for free down below.